Hi guys, welcome back. Manchester United career mode, episode 2. So obviously last time out, we'd seen a couple of deals. So obviously Chris Smalling's gone out and Andres Pereira both left us. We're coming into this game against America, obviously to finish off our group stage or the friendly competition. So as you can see at the moment, we're looking in a pretty good shape. So we'll again quick sim this, see if we obviously finish off top. So we do go 1-0 win. Obviously Martial going as the winner. We did dominate. That'll obviously send us into the semi-finals now, and we're going to be playing Atletico. So we have some prize money, an extra 2.2 million there. So it's not bad going. We'll have a quick look at the youth scout as well. Obviously, like I say, we did need to get a second scout, or at least one. I'm going to look to ideally get another 5-star. We don't have a 5-star, but we're 4-star, 5-star. So I think we're happy with that. Like I say, I need a 5-star judgment definitely. So we're going to be getting this guy from Finland, Neo Leo. So we will set up a new thing. Where should we send him out to though? Should we send him to Spain? I think it's my usual go-to. We'll just go for the 3 months, because then obviously we can change that one around. So we do have another 5-star. So Franco from Italy, and I think we may as well send them to Italy really. He can find obviously taking it to his own country, so we'll send him for 3 months as well. Obviously they'll be coming back then, so try and fulfill our board objective. Obviously we need 3 high potential youngsters. So let's carry on here. Obviously we're going to have another training, so we do need to again put the reserve team on here. So Darlow has gone out on loan. So Darlow, we've sent him out on loan for a 2-year loan at he's gone out to Ajax. So like I say, he's on 2 years. Obviously at the end of the season, if we need him back, we can just take the hit on obviously recalling him. So we're going to this semi-final. Obviously we do have quite a lot of players that are struggling for fitness. So do we potentially, I think we do play the reserves and just roll the dice really, have a go with the reserves, see if they can pick up the win here, and they do. So 3-0 victory. Mata, Igalo, 2 goals for Igalo. So Igalo playing well, and that's obviously going to tie in perfectly for obviously the final. Now we'll put the full strength team back out there. Obviously more money coming in as well. So another 3.1 million. So you do get an awful lot of money in these early tournaments. We've got another offer here at Barcelona this time coming in for Anthony Martial. So Martial, they're getting some of the big names that are coming out for him already. So let's quickly sim. In fact, what we'll do, obviously this is the playoff final, so we will watch through this one. And obviously see if we can make that little bit of extra money. Right, so there's the kickoff of the final in the pre-season friendlies. So we've got to hope, obviously. Our first, obviously, we got a 1-1 draw, but Gremio actually dominated us, really. So with our players obviously being a bit more fit, and obviously we've had some good results as well. So ideally, I'd like to see a much better performance here. And Martial's in behind, but obviously got pushed out wide, and the ball back didn't manage to find the players in the middle. Into Pogba, Pogba's nice little 1-2 there. What a finish! So Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, lovely little link up there. Played into Martial, who's 6 yards out, smashes us in the lead. So obviously the teams look starting to gel nicely. That fitness and sharpness is really pushed up. I think it's all. See, Bruno Fernandes to Pogba again, linking up nicely. America getting pushed back here. It's a great start from us. So half an hour in, but here's a chance for them. It's well cut out by Lindelof, I think, who intercepted that one. So Pogba, Bruno getting taken out there. And it is offside. Oh, it's whipped in. Pogba. Bruno Fernandes makes it 2-0, and that's 10 minutes before half time. I think that trio in the middle, that's going to be have a big impact for us this season. And they've shown today how good they are. It's a nice ball over the top, but it's come back to Shaw here. Shaw into Rashford, who's cut inside. Pogba. And he's taken off the ball there, Pogba. And there is the half-time whistle. I think obviously 2-0 up. We're very happy with that. We'll continue on. As you can see, possession-wise, 70% possession. We've had all the shots. So I do need to just look at the fitness. Mason Greenwood came in a little bit down on stamina, on fitness to start with. So we will obviously chop and change players. Nice if we can keep this lead intact though. So they're keeping hold of the ball here. At the minute, not too challenging, and in the end it's easily played through to De Gea, and thought Fernandes could have been away there. 65 minutes, I think we'll give it another couple of minutes, then we'll bring the subs on here. Well done there by Luke Shaw. So Shaw, who's going to be coming off shortly. Can we have a chance here? Pogba! Fantastic finish! 25 yards out. Pogba kills it in over the keeper. And surely that's going to make this final, or does make this final, secure here. So the subs have come on now. We can possibly bring on another sub or two. Pogba, I think that will be his last action. Pogba, he's done well today. So we'll bring Pogba off. Give Donny van der Beek a few minutes, and also bring off Martial as well. So McTominay again. McTominay into Fernandes, into Martial, and it's 4. So Martial has now come off. So there's last couple of subs made. So Donny van der Beek, he comes on to have a few minutes here. And Rashford's just offside. But it's going to be a very good 4-0 victory here. So we've seen a lot better performance in that sim, interactive sim, and that's going to get us a bit more money from that competition. So as you can see, our first cup, hopefully of many, in this save. as we win the pre-season friendlies. So as we say, we go into the tournament, we get 3.7, another 3.7 million there. We get the congratulations from our board. So as you can see, obviously we've already made quite a decent profit here. We've made 25% of our profit just in pre-season, so maybe that will be quite an easy. And obviously we've got 4 of the matches in the home. I didn't think the pre-season friendlies would actually have counted there, but straight away we're already looking pretty good in the board objectives there. We still have a lot of budget. So yeah, we're still scouting players. Obviously we've got Tellez and Sancho on here, so maybe in the next episode or 2 we'll be looking at bringing these boys in. Tellez, like I say, he's at 40 million at the minute, so that's a lot more than what he is in real life. Sancho, 140 million, the same for Jadon Sancho. So maybe we hold off. Obviously I would have liked to have got him in, like I would in real life, but it looks like it's not going to happen. So maybe it could be somebody that we'll look at maybe in January. Maybe it's a big transfer that we make next season. I think Alex Tellez, we will bring him in, definitely. So 40 million, he's going to be a reasonable enough player to bring in. But yeah, happy with that so far. Obviously now we go into the season, and we have a few weeks now, then obviously a lot of training, and then we start with that away game against Southampton. So let's skip on and get to that first game. So we're getting a little bit of sharpness. Obviously you've got some players, so like Juan Mata's down at 35 on his match sharpness, so obviously we do need to work on working out how to get as much training into our players as possible. So we have another training day straight away. So again, this will be a lot of trial and error. Obviously you need to get some fitness into those players. Obviously I've not played all the drills quite yet, so we will as we go on. Obviously at the minute I need to try and push through quite quickly, because we need to try and get to this first game. Right, so obviously we've got a transfer offer here for Jones, so Phil Jones, and it's Roma FC. So obviously 5.8 it says that we can get. I think we'll just accept the 5.2. Just happy to move Phil Jones on. Hopefully his wages aren't an issue for Roma there. So we'll carry on. Obviously we've got another training day here. We've got an offer here, well, it's from Benfica, have offered for Jones, so I think we'll negotiate with this one, try and bump it up to that 6 million now. Obviously we've already got the Roma one in the bag. Can potentially squeeze a bit more money out, and obviously they have accepted the 6 million, so Phil Jones obviously has the option of a couple of teams, so hopefully one of those will go through. So we are going to have a quick look through obviously our development and see really where we want to be improving players. So Dean Henderson, so we have a quick look how his plan's going to look. Obviously at the minute is a balanced goalkeeper. So do we look to utilise his kicking and handling a bit more? That will improve his weaker foot. I think it's only 4 weeks as well, so I think we do go with the sweeper keeper. Give him the 4 weeks on that, and that will improve his weak foot. Luke Shaw we're happy with. So Brandon Williams, like I say, we're going to be bringing in Tellis, so I think we'll train his position so that he can play as a right back. Saying it'll only take him 2 weeks, so I'm happy for that. And that will obviously get onto his options. He can play left and right back then. That aids us for when obviously changes happen later on. Eric Bailly, so he's got a high defensive work rate, we're happy with that. Maybe look to improve his weak foot, so he's only got a 3-star weak foot at the moment. So the plan is ball playing centre back. I think we'll go with that one. Obviously we're happy if he can improve his weak foot there. Maguire. Mendy we're looking to obviously take out on loan. Twanzebe. Obviously he's a player for the future. We're going to be looking, what do we want to improve for him? Maybe his defensive work rate. So that's going to be 5 weeks. And then obviously we can look at potentially upgrading his weak foot, things like that later. Fossamen's has already got a good work rates. I think he's okay as he is at the moment. Wan-Bissaka. We possibly improve his weak foot. Obviously he's only got a two-star weak foot. I think that's something that definitely can be improved on. Work rate's fine. High attacking work rate, eventually I think we'd move that up. Inverted wing back, I think that's what we'll go with. Try and get his up to a 3-star weak foot. That's only take 3 weeks, so that'll be good. Ethan Laird, obviously we're looking to send him out on loan. I think he's okay as he is. Matic, it's fine. Fred's fine, balanced. McTominay, high work rates. Doesn't really need anything, I would say. Rashford's high. He's fine. Donny van der Beek. Happy with that. Pogba, it's good. That's who we're happy with. So a lot of these players are looking pretty much maxed out. So Greenwood, only 3-star skill moves. That's a bit bizarre, but do we maybe improve that? So have him as a wide player. I think obviously we're playing him as a right midfielder at the moment, but that could potentially change. It's going to take 12 weeks to improve that. So Dan James, happy with that. Martial, do we improve his attacking work rate? He's only on a medium work rate at the moment. I think that's what we need to improve for him. So that's to target man. Obviously he's mainly a left winger, or he has been for a long time, so obviously giving him that target man is going to be a solo striker, so that's, I think, a good way to play him really. Agalu, obviously he's only here for another 6 months, so I'm happy to keep him unbalanced. But yeah, so that's a quick look at what we're looking at in the development. So we've got more people after Ethan Laird here, but again, it's with an option to buy, which I'm definitely not accepting. So again, look, and again they've just walked out. So a lot of teams are clearly just wanting the option of getting it in there. So we'll have to approach to buy Tellez. Obviously, I was looking to leave it till later on in the window, but obviously when you've got other teams coming in, we've got to now try and pick him up here. So his 40 million seems to be the price that Porto have put on him. So they are going to accept us as well, but obviously we're now coming up against a couple of big teams, Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid, looking into getting him at the minute. So he's on £20,000 a week. Not sure how much he's going to want, so that's going to be the biggest problem. We really need, obviously, them to come and tell us how much he's going to want. Saying that, we're just going to have to go high, because obviously you've got other teams interested in him. So they want Crucial, we're going to accept that. 4 years, I think we'll counter and look for 5. And they're happy for that. Don't want to release clause. Now, come on, tell me how much you want. And they don't. That's not ideal. So we're going to have to obviously go high, because if he walks away, he's going to go to one of the other teams. So he's on 20, I think. Do we treble it and go for 60? Obviously, that's not actually that high for like a club like us. So I think we go 60 and then offer 300,000 signing bonus. And we're going to have to hope that that's good enough to prize him away from Paris Saint-Germain. And he's at least come back with another offer. So 67,000. I'm going to try and get rid of that clean sheet. So remove that bonus. And then we'll try and knock him down to 65. I don't think he'll accept that, but he has. So £65,000 a week. Alex Telles is into the club. Obviously, we had to go for him. Couldn't afford for him not to come. Obviously, on the shortlist, we have now put Facundo Palestri, who's obviously come, and Aman Traore and Diallo Traore. He's not coming until January, so unless there is interest, I think we will leave him at Atalanta until January, and then we'll bring him in then. But Palestri, I guess we could bring in now. So continue on, but there is our new signing, Alex Telles, 40 million. Obviously a lot more than it's costed in real life, but I guess that's what you have to pay. So yeah, it's just chopping and changing. Obviously, at least this time we've can have a decent amount of growth in there. So like I say, we're doing lots of training days, and Jones has left, so Phil Jones has gone to Roma FC. So finally, Phil Jones is off the books. Obviously, it's not Smalling who's gone to Roma, but they have picked up at least one of our centre backs. So we've got a notification here. So we've got a first scout report. And Garner's obviously his potential's dropped even more. His overall's poor, so I think we are just going to release Garner's. He's not going to be good enough for us. So the Greek goalkeeper's potential has gone down some, but I think all these potentials aren't terrible at the moment, so we will continue to scout them. Then obviously we have our first scout from England. See if we've got anybody here. So potential wise, he's no good. Lucas Moore, I think we'll give him another month. So his value's not great, but potential wise was pretty good. So no to you. Oh, and this Liam Watts is looking good. 2 million value. He is 17 years old, but we'll sign him up. So let's have a quick look at what this boy looks like. Obviously a value of 2 million straight away is pretty good. So Leon Watts, he is a right winger, so he's 65 overall already. He's got 71 to 94 potential, right footed, 4 skill moves, 3 weak foot. He's looking like he could be a monster, so he's quick. So he's looking pretty good. Obviously, we can train up that work rate to get him a high work rate. But I'm pretty happy with him. Leon Watts, he's looking like he could be a superstar for us. So another one for Ethan Laird, but again, it seems like it's going to be the recurring theme. We've got to hope that one of these do. Just accept that we're not going to sell him on after. So propose without the biter. Oh, and here we go. So finally, we're going from the Bundesliga. They are happy to just have him for the year. So we will accept that. So a year out on loan. We can't say that we want to only pay the 40%. And they are happy with that, so fantastic. So we've got Ethan Laird going out to Union Berlin. He'll be there for the season, and we are only paying 40% of his wages as well, so that's nice. We've got an offer from Benfica here for Eric Bailly, which we're going to reject. Got an offer for Marcus Rojo, and we're just going to accept that. Obviously, he's on high wages, 68 grand, so whether Genk are going to be able to afford those wages is going to be the stumbling block. But we'll see how they go on there. So we have a report now on the 2 youngsters we've put on there. So Traore is only 60 overall at the moment, and Palestra is actually 71, so a lot more further along is Palestra, so they're both 18 years old. But yeah, so like I say, Palestra, I think we might actually. So Inter Milan, we're not interested in either of those, sure either. Yeah, so Palestra, we might bring him in. Obviously, we'll see. We'll see how many players we've managed to move on here. So we've got Buenos Aires are in for Romero, so obviously to take him back to Argentina. It's saying we can get 6.6. I think we will negotiate, try and bump it up a little bit more. We'll ask for 7. If they come up anything, I think we'll just accept it. Obviously, Romero, I think he's been a good goalkeeper for us, so it's just the fact that obviously Henderson's going to be getting the cups, going to be getting any games that saying that 6 mil, we're just going to accept the 6. Yeah, so I think he's a great backup, Romero, but he's just not going to get any game time for us this year. And then we're going to cruise into this game against Southampton, so we are finally going to get started. Ethan Laird has gone out on loan. We've had an offer for Paul Pogba, 64 million from Valencia. Ignore that. So Laird is going to be going out. He's going to Bundesliga for a season. So we have a chat here. It's Juan Mata. I say we've got bigger games coming up just to keep him happy. He's not going to be starting starting games really. So we will attend this press conference, obviously first press conference of the season, and see if there's more questions, more random questions this year. So we're saying that we look like the real deal in pre-season. Obviously we did well winning it, so I'll say I've been impressed. Obviously come in, new manager, you've got to be impressed with the players. Also expect to see qualify for the Champions League. I say I'm confident we're good enough. I don't want to say obviously we're guaranteed to get in there. So some new signings. You brought in Tellez. Are you thinking about giving him a debut? I say we'll see him in action soon enough. I say he needs time to settle in. Obviously, I don't want to throw him straight out there. Maybe give Luke Shaw the first game. So let's have a quick look at the squad. Actually, I do need to make changes. Obviously on the bench. So Brandon Williams, he does need to come out. So we'll put Tellez on the bench. So he's actually 75 rated. So he is actually way above. 84, so clearly a lot higher than Luke Shaw at the minute. His sharpness is better than Shaw as well, so I think for this first game I'll keep faith with Luke Shaw. So we've got lots of plus ratings out there. Matic, he's only got 33% sharpness, so like I say, obviously you'll get much more sharpness once the games are playing, but you can see the difference. So you've got some players up on 85 like Lindelof, so some are really high, and then you've got Matic who's only on 33. So alright, so first game of the Premier League season's finally here. It's set to take an awful long time to get here, and so we will go into team management. Like I say, we will start Luke Shaw. I think I am going to have to bring in, do we start Fred? Not sure whether to start Fred or McTominay. I think we'll give Fred, because obviously it's got +3 on the point, so we'll start Fred. Like I say, Matic is not fit really at the minute. Happy with everybody else in a minute. I think so. We've got Van der Beek as well. He's more of a centre mid. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Obviously, there's going to be lots of games to play throughout the season, so everybody's going to be getting the chance. But it does add a lot of variables in with these new modes. Just trying to keep people happy. You've got a big squad. And that's why we do need to move on a few players. Obviously, we need a decent sized squad. Because obviously there is a lot of games, but at the same time you need to make sure that people are happy. So obviously going straight into Luke Shaw, obviously Tellez is very much after his job, so we've gone with Luke Shaw today. We'll see how he starts the season. But let's crack on. First game of the season. First game for us against Southampton here. Not the best pass there by Martial, but is he onside? He is. Good ball in. Great chance, and it's a goal. It's Bruno Fernandes. What a finish in the end. It looked like I was trying to actually hit it on the volley. I actually took it on the chest to start, but still managed to get there ahead of the goalkeeper. So Martial, it's a good whip ball in. So he's took it on the chest, and the keeper perhaps should have got there, but Bruno Fernandes starts the season as hopefully he goes on here and gets us the first goal just 3 minutes in. You can see how pumped up Bruno Fernandes is. He's happy with the start of the season here. Southampton straight away are behind. Oh, we're getting stuck into them nicely. So, initial reaction of the. Obviously, this is one of the first games we've played on the game, really, and they've got through here. Well, it does feel quite reactive with the passing. Here's Fred, whips the ball through to Bruno Fernandes. It's come through to Mason Greenwood here, and just ahead of him. He's unlucky there. It looked like for a second he was going to pick that up. Now Maguire having to back off. Fortunately, Southampton didn't come straight at us there. And he's whipped by very easily. Wan-Bissaka there. He's gone for the back post. He's all alone. Oh, and we've got away with it. What a good chance for Southampton to get the equaliser there. Now we're looking to get Mason away. He is onside. Cuts back in on that left foot. Whips towards the Martial who was in the box. It's well headed out. So we're going to fire this one over now. Looking for Maguire. Didn't make it there. Comes out. It's Mason Greenwood, I think. It's a shocker, really. Miles over the bar. So that, I think, was that Mason Greenwood? It's definitely not a face scan if it was, which is a bit strange, really. I thought Mason Greenwood definitely would have been a face scan. Obviously, he's a big player. Had a great season last year. I thought that he would have definitely got a face scan at the beginning of this year's game. Is he onside? I think he was. Defenders was playing deep here, and it is Wan-Bissaka on the far side. Oh no, he has been flagged just offside, but I think that's a bit of a let-off for us. Another good chance for Southampton. Southampton have actually had some decent chances here, but we are away. Bruno Fernandes, what a chance, and he strokes it in. It's 2. Just when Southampton was coming up the other end. And Bruno strokes it in. Second goal of the season already. Second of the game for Bruno. And Southampton, who's had a couple of chances at the other end, are now 2-0 behind. And that's overplayed, well cut out. Rashford taking his time, plays it into Pogba. Fred into Martial. Martial goes across to Rashford here. Oh, and Rashford can't get the ball over in the end. Dinked over the top, and it's a good ball. And Luke Shaw's been caught upfield here. He's having to get back. Armstrong cuts inside him far too easily. Oh, and it's well cut out. Lindelof, so that's another player who's playing for his job, you would say. Eric Bailly's definitely breathing down his neck a bit here, but Pogba, good chance, surely. Martial picks up the scraps. You say the keeper, obviously, Pogba bearing down on him. It was a decent enough save. There is defenders back there for Southampton, so I don't think you can blame that solely on the goalkeeper. Martial's the quickest to react, and he smashes it into the open goal So 35 minutes gone, we're 3-0 up here. Maybe we do have to bump it up to legendary if we do get quite a few wins early on here. Or big wins, shall I say. And Martial looking to knock it over. Couldn't get it through. Luke Shaw lays it in. Front of Pogba. Pogba. Nice skill. Pogba can't get the shot off. And that goes half time. So it's 3-0 at half time. It's been dominant really, but Southampton did have 1 or 2 chances. And obviously Bruno Fernandes picking up his 2 goals. I think he's the star of that first half. It is easily cut out, and now we're running back at goal. So Aubameyang has gone to Barca. Obviously they were sniffing around Martial as well, so we managed to keep him away from our star man, but Arsenal were unable to. Rashford makes it 4. We're just running away from him at the back. Southampton are just slow. Rashford, it's a good finish. It's 4-0 on the hour mark. I think we will make that change. So Luke Shaw will give Telles, obviously his debut for the club, given the last half hour in a game. Obviously we're winning 4-0, so no pressure. Ease him into the team here, Alex Telles. So first bit of action for Telles here. It's his offside. Right, so Alex Telles. Good ball down the line. It's Rashford. Rashford sprinting away again. Gets it in. And it's wonderfully finished. Anthony Martial makes it 5. 2 for him today as well. And Rashford gets the assist. So it's played in. Southampton fans not happy. And it's another one where the 5-0 for us. Obviously it's a drubbing to start the season. Telles getting foul, but they're happy to continue on. And Alex Telles now bombing on down this left side, so he's got a bit of pace about him, Alex Telles. He'll now flip this in. Oh, now has he missed it? Mason Greenwood. So he does need practice with that heading, but it's just wide of the post. And Alex Telles, he must be wondering how he's not got an assist there on his debut. It's a good run from him. He's got some pace about him. But Mason Greenwood couldn't finish it off, and he's come flying in for a challenge there, but fortunately does take the ball. He's played in now, so Shane Long. Romero, go back to Shane Long and David De Gea. Fantastically getting out there, but again Southampton completely open at the back. Marcus Rashford just goes bombing through. It's a carbon copy of his first, and that's 6. And it's just a brace for each of those players. So Martial, Rashford and Bruno Fernandes all picking up a brace today. Rashford, it's been carbon copy of the first goal really, just played the ball through. Southampton push men forward, and you'd think obviously when you're 5-0 down you maybe look to go damage control, where I think Southampton was still pushing men forward, just going gung-ho at the back. You can't do that when you've got Marcus Rashford on his own. We're playing out from the back here. We have got it away. It's Telles into Donny van der Beek. Plays the ball through. It's a lovely bit of play. Martial one-on-one. Slots it in, and it's 7-0. And I think, yes, definitely we need to bump up the sliders or maybe go on to legendary. I think clearly world class is not quite not quite the level that we're at the minute. Conceded 7 goals out there. Maguire does make the header this time, but it's over the bar and the captain can't pick up a goal. Now, time ticks on here. Surely this is going to be the end of it here. Fernandez, and there it is, the final whistle. It's a 7-0 victory. Obviously a nice victory for us to start the season. But yeah, I think we are going to bump up the sliders or maybe change the up to legendary, I think. So Romero is broken down, so he's not going to be going back to Argentina. So that's disappointing. Obviously it would have been nice if Romero had gone out. But yeah, so we're going to leave it there. Obviously 7-0 starters off the season. So you've got to be happy with that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Come back next time and we'll see how we get on.